Dinner and a movie, Netflix, and chill. Dates have been around as long as cheap pickup lines, but the date palm fruit has existed since antiquity. Just how much do students know about the date palm, and how extensive is their Karma fruit trip? Today, we hit a ped walkway on UT's campus to see just how much students know on this edition of UTDateline. Describe your perfect date.
Perfect date is to a fancy restaurant and going and looking at some sort of nature.
So, where did dates originate?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I guess.
These are hard questions.
These are hard questions.
Yeah. One final question.
Okay.
When would you eat a date?
Would you eat a date? I wouldn't.
So, describe your perfect date.
I don't know. Perfect date would probably be anything involving food or outdoors. You gotta go somewhere where you have some good food. But if they have like a patio setting, that's the way to go.
Cool. So, where did dates originate?
I have no idea.
No?
It's one of those things.
When would you eat a date?
I don't know. We like dates, or like the fruit a date. Probably never. Those things look gross. I hate those things.
Describe your perfect date.
I like to go to dinner and a movie.
Something that's adventurous and fun, like that involves some sort of activity that you're doing together. I think it'll be memorable.
Where did dates originate?
Probably back in the day, it was more like stuff with someone's family. Like some cultures, there's pre-arranged marriages.
Oh yeah.
So it probably wasn't as common back in the day for like people to do stuff one-on-one. It'd be more like with families or groups.
So one last question. When would you eat a date?
What?
That's so funny.
Just for your information, we're asking about the fruit, the date palm
Hey, you
fruit.
should have told us that.
That's funny.
What's the history of a date?
I have no idea.
If you had to guess, who do you think had the first date in America?
Probably Ben Franklin.
What region of the world is associated with dates?
I'd say more like Western civilization for sure.
What is the best climate for a date?
I don't know, probably like 65 degrees, kind of overcast, you know, kind of go get some coffee, talk about the weather, you know, probably Seattle.
We're talking about the fruit.
For dates?
The fruit, the
Oh.
date palm.
Okay.
What's the history of a date?
The food date.
Yeah, that's what I was.
They
Originated
grow-
in
they grow
the
in
Middle
bushes.
East. No, it's like date palm, so it's like a tree. They kind of hang from the. Pretty old though.
So if you had to guess, who do you think had the first date in America?
America.
George Washington.
Whoever brought dates over from the Middle East.
That makes sense.
What region of the world is associated with dates?
Northern Africa and the Middle East.
That's smart.
What's the best climate for a date?
Semi-arid, arid.
Hot.
Describe your perfect date.
Taking me to a dinner and lasting a long time, talking to the guy about relevant issues that make me happy.
What do you think the history is of a date?
I guess to get to know somebody and know about if that person's a perfect mate or something for you.
When would you eat a date?
Wait, what?
When would you eat a date?
Eat a date? Like the person?
Describe your perfect date.
Probably a hike in the Smokies, and then, but prior to that, breakfast at Pete's, and then a hike in the Smokies, and then that's it.
What do you think is the history of a date?
History of a day, isn't it like courtship and all that?
If you had to guess, who do you think had the first date in America?
In America.
What is the best climate for a date?
This. This is perfect.
When would you eat a date?
When would you eat a date?
There's something we haven't been telling you. This interview is about the date palm fruit.
Oh.
So with that being said, dates are typically eaten to break the fast at Ramadan. Why do you think that is?
Because I don't know.
Describe your perfect date.
Oh, perfect date would just be probably just a smooth sailing ride in the countryside, I guess.
If you had to guess, who do you think had the first date in America?
Ooh, first date in America is probably two religious people that were being unreligious.
When would you eat a date?
In the evening. I don't know.
Describe your perfect date.
My perfect day is basically when you get a chance to do something fun. I want to do something like outdoors and get a chance to just talk and just be a person, you know, do embarrassing things, and yeah.
Where do you think dates originated?
Dates originated, like what time period? I think dates originated like when parents get together and like introduce their kids to like the friends of their friends, and I don't know, like say, hey, go hang out, like, I don't know.
When would you eat a date?
When would you eat a date?
Oh no.
Describe your perfect date.
Let's see, like first date wise, I would say just grabbing a cup of coffee and then maybe like just going on a walk.
If you had to guess, who do you think had the first date in America?
Oh my gosh. I mean, obviously like Adam and Eve were like together at the beginning of time.
When would you eat a date? There's something we haven't been telling you. This interview is about
food?
the fruit.
Are you serious?
The date palm fruit.
Okay. I've actually never eaten a date before.
So what region do you think they'd be associated with?
Egypt?
Wow, that was mildly underwhelming. Well, to make up for that, here's UTDateline staff with the facts. Describe your perfect date.
Okay, well, the date fruit would be yellow or red, oval in shape, firm, or it could be dried, kind of like a raisin.
Where did dates originate?
The date originated around Saudi Arabia Peninsula, around the Jordan, the Middle Eastern countries.
If you had to guess, who do you think had the first date in America?
I think it was Walter Swingle.
Why would you say that?
Well, he actually brought the date plants from Algeria to America to grow in the Coachella Valley in California.
So what culture is involved with dates?
It's typically Middle Eastern and Muslim culture.
When would you eat a date?
Most people would typically eat them to break the fast during Ramadan, or you can have them as like a snack and a cookie type thing.
Why do you think that is?
Well, in their literature, Muhammad, after he fasted during Ramadan, he would eat dates, and that's probably because dates have a lot of sugar and vitamins, and that will help give them quick energy and aid their digestion.